Hello and welcome to Combos with Chloe. Today we're going to talk about how to break a soul tie. I know this has come up quite a bit when it comes to you trying to let go of a partner, a past mate that maybe was either abusive or maybe it just didn't work out just because it just wasn't a good match. And we find ourselves struggling to figure out why is it taking me so long to get over them. It feels as if I'm kind of bonded to them, and how can I break that? And we see a lot of posts sometimes even that talks about breaking a soul tie and disconnecting yourself. And what I've noticed that no one really talks about how to do that. So I'm hoping in this video I'm able to let you know just small steps on what you can do to break that soul tie between you and that past mate. So the first thing you need to do is that you're going to have to be patient. That's the number one thing for sure. Just like it took you time to fall in love with this person and to get to know them and form an attachment, it's going to take you that time as well to detach yourself from them. And so if you're thinking like, oh, I broke up with them months ago, or they broke up with me, or it was a bad situation, why am I even still connecting with them and want them? Why would I even desire somebody that has done me wrong or just didn't treat me the way I expected them to treat me? So you almost get confused because you're just like, how could I still want them and love them and cry about them and fiend for them? And so it's gonna take time for us to do it. If you've been with each other for a couple of years, it's gonna take you probably about a year or so to get over that person. It is things that you can do to not speed it up, but make it a little bit easier, which I'll get to. But please give yourself time. Do not feel bad when you find yourself still wanting them and missing them this months later. And don't assume that you'll never get over this. I know when I've gone through breakups and divorce before, I would get kind of frustrated and I would feel like, oh my goodness, am I ever gonna get over this person? Am I ever going to not cry? Am I ever going to not get upset when I see them or see them with another person? But you do. Eventually, you do get over this. Eventually, you will heal. Eventually, you'll move on. It'll just be a lesson of the past, okay? Number two, I would definitely say is be very prayerful. God says that whatever we ask from him, he will give it to us. And that when we do pray to him, he does hear us and he hears every single cry. And that the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. He has heard you crying. He has heard you hurting. And he does care about you. And all you really need to simply do is ask one time. You only have to ask God one time for him to break this soul tie between you and this past mate. This is the thing though. I think what happens is that when you ask God something, we expect him to do it immediately. We want it right then. If we don't feel it at that moment, we think that it's never going to happen, but that's not true. It is some situations in my life I've seen God move quickly, very miraculously, happen the next day. But then there were some things that it took a little time. And if God is doing that, he wants to probably teach you something. He wants to develop something in you. He wants to heal you. He wants you to go through the process. And I think the reason why he does that is so that we'll learn from it. And that's the third thing I would say is that you need to make sure that you have a proper plan and make sure that you're actually sticking to that plan. So in other words, if you know that you are trying to let go of this person, you shouldn't be talking to them still on a regular basis. You shouldn't be looking at their Facebook and their Instagram. You shouldn't be intimate with them still. God even tells us that faith without works is dead, and that even when you don't have a plan, you're basically setting yourself up to fail. You need to write down what are those triggers and weaknesses that you have about this past partner. Is it when you see their Facebook page? Is it when you see them scrolling through your Instagram? Is it when you hear a certain song, or when you watch a certain movie, or when you talk to certain friends? Are your friends snooping up on them and telling you about them? You're going to have to stop those things and get a plan together. And when I was getting over like ex-boyfriends, things of that nature, people may say it was drastic, but that's just what I did. I deleted them from my phone. If I had to block them, that's what I did. I got rid of pictures. I made sure disconnecting myself social media wise, because I knew those were triggers to make me want to go back to them. Because what happens is when you see that picture, when you do hear their voice, when you are still involved with them physically, it's going to draw you back in, and then you're going to have to start all the way over again with that same emotional, damaging, hurtful, God, please just get me out of this situation cycle. That's not what you want, right? You want to heal. You want to move on. You don't want to go back to this person. Well, then your actions have to fit that. Your plan has to fit that. Fit that. So you can't expect to heal and move on if you're still doing the same thing. I think, as they said, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, then expect different results. That's insanity. And that's something I had to learn too. I used to go back to exes a lot. I still try to talk to them or be their friend, and I suggest to watch the video I have about why you can't be his friend, because it's tough and you don't need to do that. It's not to help you. So make sure that you're patient. Make sure that you're prayerful, and make sure that you have a proper plan and that you stick to that plan. If you want a little bit more hands-on steps with you and that I'm walking with you, you can go to my page at chloemgooden.com, and I have a little tab that says, are you just recently going through a breakup? Or you can go straight to Ruby's Healing and Letting Go. But I have sessions there to where you can actually go through week to week with me, with lessons and prayers and being able to actually have declarations to break from this. But I do hope you know that if you just simply asking God, he will do it, but you're going to have to be patient with him for him to do that. So I hope this quick guide helps you to know how to break the soul tie. I know maybe you were expecting like something miraculous for me to say, but that's the thing. It's actually pretty simple with the steps. It's really just more so on you waiting on God and you trusting that he heard your prayer to break that soul tie. And please make sure to not put yourself back in those situations so that you can't heal and move forward. Remember that what you're going through the process, even though it's really hard, it's really rough, it's really tough, please know that what you're going through now and what you'll get on the other end is worth it, and you'll be free and healed and be able to move on with your life and joy and the life God intended for you to have. As always, you can go to my site at chloemgooden.com for any other resources that you may need, and go through my podcast as well, because I have some other things on healing and letting go of your past. Until next time, God bless.